You see these boys that you're seeing on my screen? Yes, these three boys. They were here in Nigeria and they made a United States teenager to unalive himself through chatting. They made this boy to unalive himself. So, and you ask, how many hours, how many days, how many weeks were they talking, or how many years were they talking to him that led to this? They were talking to him for 6 hours, but these boys, they were so mean. And this made this boy unalive himself. They were trying to extort money from him because they made him send them sexually explicit pictures of himself. And from there, this thing, line by line, it made this boy to unalive himself. It was a very big case in the United States in 2022. So today we are going to talk about the story of Jordan Demay and the Ogochi brothers with their friend. First time of seeing my face, please don't hesitate to subscribe, click on the notification bell, and don't forget to like, share, and comment. Thank you very much. So this is a case of Jordan Demay. Jordan Demay was a 17-year-old boy schooling in Marquette High School, Michigan, in United States of America. He was known to be very popular. He was in sports. He was a jock. To use that language, he was a jock. He was an all-rounder. He was everything to his parents. They loved him so much. The parents, they were divorced, but though they were living very close to each other. So this boy, he had everything going for him. He had a larger than life personality. He was so sociable. He could talk to anybody. He could associate with his friends. He's not those teenagers that would be like, oh, I don't want to talk with this person, or I don't want to talk with that person. He was very, very sociable. So, and he had a girlfriend, Kyla. So they were dating and they were having fun like normal teenagers. So on this day of March 2022, he was supposed to be leaving the next day to go for vacation in Florida. So he and his girlfriend, they went on a shopping spree. They had to go and buy supplies that he would need for his vacation. So coming back from that vacation, as he was stepping inside the house, he just got a message from a Danny Roberts Instagram saying, hey. And from that, hey, they had conversations. They had, how are you doing? He replied back. And from there, conversation started with both of them. And they were talking, they were gisting. He was asking him about school and everything. At the time, Jordan was like, are you sure you are not a scammer? They said, no, I'm not a scammer. So they continued talking. And from there, it now led to Danny Roberts sent him sexually explicit pictures of herself and asked him to send his back. He was like, no, I don't want to send that. He would just send his normal pictures. The Danny Roberts was insistent that he should just send him send her his pictures. After all, she had just sent him hers. Jordan just went into the bathroom and snapped himself and sent to the girl. So, and from there, the whole chat turned to something else. They started demanding money from them. Jordan didn't know that he was not talking to a white girl named Danny Roberts. He was just talking to these guys on the screen, the Samson Ogoshi, and the other guy, Ejaha. So they were talking to this guy as if they are Danny Roberts, but they were not Danny Roberts. They are just boys in Nigeria trying to scam this teenager. Immediately he sent them his naked picture. They just started demanding for money. They asked him to send them $1,000, that if he doesn't send it in the next 2 hours, that they are going to publish his pictures all over the internet, and they will send it to his friends, his family, everyone. And Jordan was just so devastated. He was begging them that he doesn't have money. He's just a teenager working in part-time jobs, and he doesn't even have much money. His whole account, he just had $355 that he had made from his work. So he doesn't have much money, that they should please just leave him alone, that they should please just forgive him. Because at this point, they have started talking with their normal voice to him, telling him that they are going to deal with him. telling him that they are going to send this picture to everybody. They will send it to, in fact, they sent him a collage of pictures of his naked picture, plus the pictures of all the people that he knows, his friends, his classmates, his mom, his dad. They were able to find those pictures on Instagram. And you would ask, how were these Ogochi brothers able to get these things? They were able to get those the account of Danny Roberts, because the Danny Roberts account is part of the hack account on Instagram that they bought for 2,000 naira, just 2,000 naira. At the time, I think 2,000 naira was like $4. They were able to buy this account with 2,000 naira. They used 2,000 naira to buy different Instagram accounts, and they were using those accounts to commit sextortion crimes, send messages to people, use AI, turn the pictures of the girls that they are trying to personate into naked pictures and sending it to little boys, then making those boys to send them their own naked pictures and then using it to extort them. Those were the jobs of these boys on the internet. They didn't mind that this was a teenager. They didn't mind that this is a human being that they are doing this thing to. They didn't mind that. They just wanted money. They were just pushing for Jordan to send them money. They should just send them $1,000. This Jordan was able to send them the first $300 that he had in his account, and they still came back. They were still telling him that no, the money is not enough, that you need to send us, make it that $1,000. That if not, that they are going to make sure that they send it to everybody that he knows. And they knew that Jordan was popular in his school. These boys, they target boys that are popular in their school, that will feel the impact of your naked picture being plastered on the whole wall of your school and all of that. They knew that this would break these boys down, and that was their work. That was what they were doing. To them, it was a job. They have resumed their 9 to 5, and this was what they were doing to this teenager and many other teenagers in America and other places in the world. They didn't budge. They kept sending him texts, and he was chatting with them from 10:15 p.m. to like 3 in the morning. He kept chatting with them and pleading with them. He has sent the money. He has sent everything that he had. He now sent them his account balance of $55, showing them that the last money that he has in his account is $55. He asked, begging them that, okay, let me send you the last money in my account, $55, so that you can leave me alone. They refused. They said no, that he should make sure that he sent them that $1,000. If not, that collage that they had made, that they would just send it to everyone in his school, all his friends, even his mom and his dad, that they would send it to them. For a teenager, this devastated him. He could not talk to anyone. He told them that he is going to kill himself, and they told him that he should kill himself, that would even be better, that he should kill himself. They didn't have any human sympathy in them. They were so brutal to this boy. They kept telling him that it doesn't matter. He told them that if he kills himself, that is on them, that it was them that made him to kill himself. They didn't budge. They kept telling him that it doesn't matter to them, that if he wants to kill himself, he should kill himself. Then Jordan went and took the handgun in their house and then used it to unalive himself around 3:30 a.m. in the morning. And when this happened, he made sure that he cleared the chat with this Danny Roberts. He deleted everything that they talked about. Then he unalived himself. And when they waited, they waited and waited and waited. They could not hear anything from him. Then because they had found his girlfriend, and they told him before that they would tell his girlfriend, they will send it to his girlfriend. In fact, that his girlfriend would be one of the first people that they will send this thing to, that collage that they made to. But Jordan pleaded with them and told them no, that they should please not send. If they send that to spoil his relationship, they didn't care. And when they were no longer hearing from Jordan, not minding whether he had killed himself, they just sent that collage to Kyla, his girlfriend. And as they were no longer hearing from him, they just, I think they just stopped or something. So in the morning, and as at that 3:30 a.m., where Jordan's father had gone to pee in the night. So he, as he was coming back, he had a thought in Jordan's room. He felt that maybe Jordan had kicked something or something like that. He didn't really know that it was a gunshot because he was sleepy. He wanted to just get back to his room and continue sleeping. He didn't feel that it was gunshot. So he went back to his room and slept. So in the morning, his mom, because before Jordan unalived himself, he had sent a message to his mom, sent a message to his girlfriend. He told his girlfriend that he's sorry, that he made a very terrible mistake, and goodbye, and I love you, something like that. So he still sent to his mom. He said, I love you, mom, I love you so much. And when his mom woke up in the morning and saw that message, she didn't feel that maybe something happened, because she knew that Jordan used to play games in the night. So she felt that maybe this was the last message that he sent before he slept off. So she didn't take it as anything. She just replied, I love you too, son. Then she didn't put it to mind. And when she didn't hear from him, because normally Jordan would call the mom in the morning and tell her that he's going to school, because Jordan and the mom, they were not living together anymore. Jordan was staying with the dad. The mom was staying alone with her other two children. So since she didn't receive any message from Jordan, she tried to call Jordan, but he was not picking. So we sent him messages and he was not replying. So she started becoming suspicious that what could be wrong? What would make him not to reply those messages, and what could make him not to pick up the call? That this is so unusual. So she had to call Jordan's dad to go and check on him. First of all, she called Jordan's girlfriend, and Jordan's girlfriend, she was just waking up, and she had just read the message that Jordan sent her, and she too, she was very confused and was trying to reach Jordan, but she couldn't reach Jordan too. So she told the mom that that he sent her a message, and that she's just trying to reach him and she couldn't reach him. So Jordan's mom had to call the dad, John Demay. So John went to Jordan's room, knocked on the door. Nobody was answering, nothing was happening. So he just pushed the door and entered. And nothing could have prepared him for the sights he saw in that room. He just saw Jordan, and every blood splattered everywhere. Jordan propped up by the bed, holding the gun and everything. So he was just he cried. He came out, and he was so shocked, because he just saw this boy in the night around, before he went to bed. The boy was preparing to go for his vacation the next day. So what could lead to him unaliving himself in the midnight? So everybody was shocked. He told Jordan's mom, and when Jordan's mom received this news, she was so devastated. She was so sad. So they had to call in the police. So when the police came in, they ascertained that it is a situation of unaliving oneself. So they had to start investigating on what led to what happened, because Jordan had deleted his chat with everything that happened with that Danny Roberts. They couldn't place what actually happened with Jordan. It was just a mystery. Nobody could know, nobody could say what actually happened with Jordan, what led Jordan to unalive himself. So, and at that time, Kyla had not checked her phone to read the Instagram message that this boy sent to her rather. It was in the afternoon that Kyla, when she checked her Instagram, she saw the collage that these people made and sent to her. That was where she knew that the mistake that Jordan was referring to must be this picture that these people had just sent to her. And those people, these brothers, these three boys, we are still talking to her and asking her. She messaged them and asked, what is this? They told her that, do you know him? That if you know him, you should tell him to pay. something like things like that. And if you cannot pay, you can pay for him, something like that. Kyla, instead of Kyla to like keep talking to them or entertain their nonsense, she had to go and meet her parents. She told her parents, she showed them the pictures and everything. So the parents were able to call Jordan's mom, Jordan's family, and show them what happened. And that was how the thing made it to the police, and the whole investigation just shifted, because at first they were handling it as a mystery, unaliving situation of one unaliving himself because of nothing or something that they've not been able to figure out. So they now knew that this was what happened. This was what made this boy do this thing. They started investigating. They started, because as at this time, because Jordan had deleted everything from his Instagram, everything that happened with these boys from his Instagram, they had to contact Meta to be able to send back those deleted messages. But Meta, it took time. Meta, at first, Meta didn't want to send it, but when they were able to ascertain that this thing had affected the life of a teenager, he had made a child unalive himself, so they had to send back these messages and other plenty messages that was sent from that IP address to different other teenagers, about 100 teenagers in the United States. Can you imagine? So when they traced that IP address, they were able to trace it to Lagos, Nigeria. They now knew that it was Lagos boys, Lagos scammers that did this. So they traced that IP address. They were able to know where the location and everything about that particular that particular message. They were able to see what happened. They continued investigating from 2020. 22 to 2023, and that 2023 API in connection with our EFCC and other security agencies in Nigeria, they were able to investigate, and they arrested Samson Ogoshi, and the Ejaha boy. All of them, they were all arrested. So they now started preparing their extradition process, because we want them to be extradited to the United States to answer for this crime, because this crime was committed here. It was committed online. They were here when they did it, but the boy that unalived himself is an American, and the crime actually happened in America. So they had to be extradited from Nigeria to the United States, and the extradition process was able to be concluded, and around 14th of August 2023, Ogoshi brothers Samson and Samuel were extradited to the United States, but the Ejaha boy was still appealing his extradition process. Until now, he has not been extradited to the United States. He's still in Nigeria. I don't know whether he's still in prison in Nigeria, or he's been left to roam free in Nigeria. I don't know, but he has not been taken to the United States. So when these Ogochi brothers, when these boys got to the United States, they were tried, because the crime that they committed. But before, the agreement they had with the Nigerian government is that they will not give them the death penalty. So when these boys got to the United States and the trial was about to start and everything, the process and all that, they were given a plea deal, and they took the plea deal. Because if this thing had gone to trial, maybe they would have been sentenced to life imprisonment without any possibility of parole. So when they were given the chance of a plea deal, they took the plea deal, and they got 17.5 years in prison. That's 210 months. That's what they will spend in prison. 17 and a half years in prison. That was what they got. So these boys, they will spend 17 and a half years in prison. After prison, they will be monitored for 5 years. Then they will be deported back to Nigeria. So that was what they got. The one of them was 21 years. The other one was 24 years. So these two brothers, this was what they were doing in Nigeria. They didn't have any shame. They didn't have any human sympathy for the teenagers that they were doing this thing to. And our own citizens, our own Nigerians that are in abroad, the things that they will have to face because of this type of crime that they are committing in Nigeria. They didn't think of any of that. They were just trying to get their own money, to get money from these teenagers, to extort them, to extort money from little teenagers going to school, telling them to send them $1,000, telling them to send them their naked pictures. This were their job. At the end of the day, they had a network. The person, when they sent that money, they sent it to Demetrius Green, staying in the United States. Staying in the United States. The Demetrius Green sent it to changed it to, took his 20%, changed it to Bitcoin, then sent it to someone in Nigeria. That person that they sent it to, they've not been able to trace that one. Then that one was able to get his own cuts before sending the remaining one to the Ogochi brothers. So this was their business. It was a well-planned network that was running for them, committing sextortion crimes on teenagers in the United States, committing sextortion crime to even teenagers in Nigeria and all over the world. This was their job, and thank God they were caught. So these boys now, they will be in prison till I don't know how old they will be when they will come out, but that was the sentence that they were given. And to me, I feel that it was even short. They could have just been given 30 years imprisonment, because this crime is so bad that it's not only them that this crime is affecting. This crime affects the whole of Nigeria, because Nigerians now, to travel to other parts of the world is a problem because of people like this. They keep committing this type of crimes, thinking that they are smart, and they will outsmart the other people, or they are smarter than other people in the world. And then this is making Nigeria have a bad name in the international world. To get a visa to any place now is like you are going for war. To get a visa, most African countries, they have a lot of places, better places that they could go visa free. But Nigerians, we are being pushed because of this type of people. You cannot get visa to other places in this world. People that are staying abroad, they are facing this thing, they are suffering this thing. Once you say you're a Nigerian, once you brandish your green passport, that's where your problem will start first, because you will start facing problem because you are holding a green passport. And these are the type of people making these things happen to us. Because when internationally Nigerians have done this, Nigerians have done that, Nigerians have done that, it will be telling bad, telling bad on us staying in Nigeria. To get a job as a remote worker, they will first of all take people from Ghana. They will take people from other places in the world before they will even consider Nigerians. If you want to do anything, run an international business, they will first of all start suspecting you that you're a scammer first before anything else. These are the people making these things happen, and we should all collectively voice out against them so that they will face the full wrath of the law. And hopefully this will not happen again. Please, if your child is on the internet, monitor what he or she is doing on the internet so that he will be able to stop this before it escalates to this level. Please just all be careful with our children, what they are doing, the ones that are being led into crime, and the ones that are already out, that are being cajoled to unalive themselves. So we should just be very careful. We should be kind to one another. I don't know why you would, or someone will say that he wants to unalive himself. You say go ahead and unalive yourself. You don't care. What you just care about is the money. It doesn't make any sense. It's very, very wicked of anyone to say something like that. Those boys, and that day that these boys were able to, these boys, it's not as if they didn't know that Jordan had killed himself. When immediately they stopped hearing from him for some hours, they were able to check, because they checked their devices and found out that these boys checked that day and found out that they checked a boy that unalived himself in Marquette, Michigan, because of blackmail from online. They didn't see that because at that time they've not been able to ascertain that was why Jordan unalived himself. So they checked a boy that unalived himself in Marquette, Michigan, and they were able to see the news, the local news there, that Jordan Demay with his picture that he had unalived himself. And after seeing that, they were still talking to other teenagers that same day and telling them to unalive themselves. After seeing that Jordan had unalived himself because of them, they were still doing the same thing, making other teenagers to unalive themselves because of their sextortion crimes. So it's just so wicked. It's just so wicked. It's just so wicked. That's why I said the 17.5 years is so small. They should collectively sentence them to life imprisonment without possibility of parole. Because those boys, they were evil. And it's not as if they are below 18. No, those boys, they were 24, 21, and the other one was 19. So they are adults. She should be tried as an adult and given life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, because they are destroying the names of good citizens of Nigeria, rather. They are destroying the name of Nigeria. The more things that you do and say that you are smart, that you are trying to outsmart other people, other people from other countries, the more you are destroying the name of Nigeria, the more you are making it hard for people living abroad. It may not it may not affect you as a Nigerian staying in Nigeria. It may not affect you that much. But whenever you want to do something with an international board or anything international, you will know the extent these people have destroyed Nigeria. If you want to get a job as a remote worker, it's so hard. They'll have to consider everyone. After considering, you are the bottom chain. So it's so bad. So we should just do better. We should learn to do better. This is so sad. This is so sad. This is very devastating. The very sad case. Jennifer Butter, that is Jordan's mom, and John Demay, they are creating awareness on these extortion crimes and making other parents to know what is happening. That this is happening, and your children are chatting with international people, and most of them are telling them to send their naked picture, and they are making them unalive themselves. So that you as a parent should be very, very watchful with whatever your child is doing on the internet, so that it will not lead to something like this. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you want to get stories like this. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell.